Ralphie wants to know where are you from and your background. I don't know if those are mutually. That's probably two different questions, right?
Right. But I'm from Santa Ana, California. That's Southern California in Orange County, like the very center of Orange County.
Okay.
Um, so we're like 45 minutes away from LA. They pretty much they call us the Greater LA, like we're all like sub counties of LA. But
Okay.
yeah, we're definitely our own thing. Um, a lot of the people from Santa Ana, like especially the Orange County, like our area code is 714, so we're like super
Seven
proud of
one
it.
four.
So we tell everybody like, oh, I'm from the 714, I'm from Santa Ana, I'm from the OC. Like, yeah, we definitely get compared to LA a lot, and a lot of people from Santa Ana hate it. Um, I'm definitely one of those guys like who I'm not anti LA, but like I love telling people like, no, I'm from Santa Ana, bro. I'm from Santa Ana for real.
Yeah.
Uh, but my background, I'm Samoan. Uh, my parents are straight from the islands. My biological parents both born outside, back in the islands, and then they came to America 70s, 80s, like around that time.
Oh, and they're the first generation
Uh,
to come here.
to like migrate because it was a whole group of them. So like my grandparents, my parents, like they all came over together, and then there's that small few of us who are actually born here. So for like the past thousands of years, my family's
Hmm.
been on the island, and that cycle was born the second we were born outside it. So I'm one of like the first ones who were actually born in America.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, so
That's
yeah, it's pretty dope. I love it. I take pride in that because
as you
we
should.
were the ones who, we were born here, but a lot of the generation before us, they were kids when they came over, so they grew up here. Like they were like the first ones to grow up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like straight from the island, from like the independent state of Samoa. So people we were originally called German Samoa or Western Samoa, but now we're like the independent state of Samoa.
Okay.
Um,
And so you said it was called German Samoa?
yeah, so back then in like the early 1900s, um, the Germans occupied Samoa, where I'm from, and then the Americans have American Samoa. Like, so till this day, it's still called American Samoa. It's a territory.
Hmm.
Um, and my family has always been from the other or Samoa.
So
My family.
how's that feel for you, man, to you're about to enter this new life?
Uh, I feel like all the emotions, dude. Like, uh, like how I was saying earlier, like I wasn't supposed to live this long, and now I get to bring a child into this world. Like I get to help bring him in here, and like you know, I feel honored. Like I feel honored that he chose me to be his dad. You know, and like I'm already willing to give him everything. You know, of course I want to teach him, but my biggest thing was choice. Like I never want to just throw him down a road like you're just gonna play football. You're just gonna do this. You're just gonna do this. You're just gonna do this. Like,
Yeah.
I want my son to experience life. Like with my guidance, with me and my girlfriend's guidance. Like, I want him to just like if he likes to play baseball. I don't know anything about baseball, but hey, like my son loves it, so he'll definitely uh I, I don't know. Like, I'll definitely learn whatever he needs to learn and help him guide him, and teach him, you know, like to be coachable.
Yeah. I think that's
You
such a
know?
good mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Like,
know?
hey, like it's not just me you got to listen to, but you know, when your coach needs you to run, go ahead and run. And then teach my son like not to talk back, but it's okay to question things. You know?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
you know, for us that wasn't
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
That
Like
was not possible. Yeah, yeah.
for me, it was shut up and listen. I tell you
Yeah, yeah.
once, and that's it. Like
Because I
no,
said so.
yeah. And then they become so, you know, uh, how do you say? You become more of a worker than a boss. And a boss knows
Yeah,
how to speak up, and like I want my son to learn. Like if you question something, you know, ask your question. Like if when I tell you to do something, and you ask me, like like take your second, take your time to think, but then ask me, like, Dad, why do I have to do this? Dad, what's this? Like, ask me. Like that way, like like
yeah. That way they understand too.
yeah, like explain it to him at his level, and
Yeah,
just
that's
like
so true.
yeah. So when I tell him things, and he's like, um, Dad, how come I have to do this? And then teach him how to ask politely,
Yeah,
rather than
because
trying to
there's
rebel and stuff. I'm like, no, like if Daddy's wrong, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'll apologize and explain, this is why I thought this way. This is, he's like, because there's gonna be times when we're wrong, like I've raised my nieces and nephews, and
mhm.
there are times where I'm wrong, and I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I was wrong, but this is why I thought, the way I did.
Yep,
I teach my nieces and nephews how to,
that's
open
so
your
true.
mouth. A closed mouth don't get fed. Like
Yeah,
say what you gotta say, say it in a polite way. Don't be disrespectful, but you can come across as humble, like in your
yeah,
approach, humble in your approach, and it doesn't have to be disrespectful in order to speak. So
that's so true. I do the same thing with my nieces and nephews. Like you
yeah,
said about explaining things to them. Yeah, it's one thing. Try to do with them too, so that way,
right,
like they understand where I'm coming from, and now I know they get it too. Instead of just being like, "Well, it's because I told you to," and stuff like that. Because
right,
you don't get nowhere, in that
exactly.
aspect.
Cool. And then so it was like us running trios, just having fun, and then I we are one of our games. I like it's what Chi Chi knows when I like say like I'm gonna land on this bitch. Like it was
Still
like
does
the
that.
final. Yeah, it was like it was the final. Like it was literally us. Like that whole fucking thing. Oh my gosh, Evans! There was like somebody dropped a cluster strike,
Oh
um,
hell no!
and we were at the little tents that were by the stadium, and then fucking Raul's like dying at the very corner, and then I literally run all the way over to him.
Is this before the
Um,
stadium was open, or was
I'm
it
not
open
sure.
already? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, she
Yeah,
said she'll repost it, so we'll find out.
yeah. And then like I ran all the way over to like Raul, and I revived him at the very last fucking second. Like
Oh, that's a good feeling, saving your
oh,
teammate when they're
and then
about to die.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then we run in, and there's still like four other teams like all
Shit.
in these tents together. And bro, it was fucking mayhem. It's like holy shit. And then the very end, it was 3v1. And one guy hid behind like a wall, a cinder block wall, and they revived me, and I literally just took my parachute, dropped right behind him, and I just beat his ass with my pistol.
Hell yeah.
And like I
For the
literally said,
dub.
I'm gonna land on this bitch. And I killed him,
Exactly.
and that was like the first dub that we ever caught together. Stuno,
Okay.
but
You were just,
like
oh, the sweat.
I I put it off for so long, and then this guy, his name's Bear Game, Black Bear Gaming. Uh, he asked me like, "Hey, you want to make me an anthem or whatever?" And I said, "Sure." And I made it like that weekend. And then I felt like an asshole because I was like, "Fuck, Stuno's been asking me for this."
Yeah.
Uh, and then I didn't know if Stuno felt a certain way. So then I went to this studio probably like a month later, and then I made Stuno's anthem. But yeah, I only made them just because people asked. Like
Okay.
I didn't I had no plans on making anybody an anthem.
No, yeah, yeah.
None of that. But like it was cutting into music time, and then I would write a song, and then I would have like 4 anthems ready. So I would pay for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I would knock out like 7 songs. And
Shit, look at that.
it was just back to back to back to back on these anthems. But no, people seem to like them a lot. I made yours.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just all people have to do is really ask me, and I'll make them. Now it's getting expensive because I have to pay out of my pocket for studio time, and then I have to spend my free time like writing them. So,
Yeah.
and then I have to purchase the beat outright.
Outright, yeah.
And sometimes that's like $300, $500,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But no, man, the anthems are fun. I get to be
Yeah.
like myself in a way because in my normal songs, like Downhill or Bottoms and all those songs, like I don't really punchline like crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but like with the anthems, I can let loose and just say some pretty dope shit.
Exactly. Yeah, Chi Chi has hers. I love that one
Yeah,
too.
Chi
You
Chi
know.
has one. I made one for Chi Chi. I made one for you. I made two for his name's the Captain on
Uh-huh.
Facebook, and then I made two for Cat Gaming. I made one for Slaps Gaming on Facebook. I made one for Stuno, Black Bear, Ruto 684. I made two for him. Like it's a whole
Yeah, yeah.
like 14 song, 15 song
Wow.
catalog. Yeah,
And that's over the like cup 2 3 years, right?
not even. I did them all in 1 year.
Look at that. Chi Chi says we can have more than one. Do you have another idea, Chi
Jesus Christ, Gigi.
Chi?
Give me time, all right.
It's funny because Rafa put out a challenge to you. I know that about Roman Reigns' theme song.
I
It's
know. I was like, oh, I can do it, and then I was like, yeah, Rafa, that can be your theme song. But
yeah,
yeah, there's people who want it too, and then they'll send me money, and I'm like, all right, cool. If you pay me for it, like you automatically move up the priority list.
of course,
Um,
yeah.
but there's so many songs. Like I recorded like 7 songs, and there was like 4 of them were anthems,
Uh,
and I'll send it to everybody on the by Friday, and they'll check it out and be like, oh shit, dude, I didn't know you were gonna do it that fast. I'm like, yeah, if I have time, I'll
yeah,
definitely like I'll get them a lot faster. But if
yeah.
I'm kind of busy, I tell people all the time, like, yeah, just give me time because